my channel. My name is Heather, and on my channel I talk all about dating, relationships, and marriage from a Christian perspective. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 habits for the single woman who is desiring to be married. So let's go ahead and jump into the list. So number one on my list is that she has her own relationship with God. She's already spending time with the Lord. She has her quiet time in the mornings or whenever that is. She has her own prayer life and she's strong in her faith. And the reason I put this as number one is I think it's really important that if you're desiring a Christian marriage and a Christian mate, then I think it's important that you already have that relationship with God for yourself. And I'm definitely not saying that it has to be perfect or that you have to be perfect in that relationship, but you should already have your own relationship with God so that you're not looking for that in your spouse or in your future spouse. You already have that established and you're looking for someone who is going to come alongside and just strengthen you and help build you up in that relationship with God. Number two is that she takes care of herself and always looks her best. So whatever that looks like for you, whatever makes you feel beautiful, whatever makes you feel healthy. A lot of times this can be neglected when it comes to Christian dating and relationships. We don't want to put too much emphasis on beauty or looking beautiful, but Christian men are still visual and they are going to be attracted to a woman who takes care of herself. I'm not saying that you have to dress up all the time or always have a manicure and pedicure on point, but you should do whatever makes you feel beautiful and confident. If that's putting on your makeup and getting your nails done, then do that. If you like to be more natural, then do that in a way that makes you look your best and feel the most beautiful. Like for me, I don't get my nails done. I just keep them trimmed and a little bit of clear polish because it makes more sense with my active lifestyle. I have 2 boys. We're outside every single day. So that makes the most sense for me, but I still take care of myself in my own way that makes me feel put together. Men can sense low self-esteem and insecurity from a mile away, and it is an instant turnoff. People are attracted to confidence. So the more you can do to radiate that self-confidence, the more attractive you're going to be. Number 3 is that she's always working to better herself and be the best version of herself. Time spent on yourself and improving yourself is never wasted. So you really have nothing to lose if you're working on yourself. Whether or not you ever get married, you at least are investing in yourself. Your single season is a great time to figure out who you are, what you want, and where you're going. That's a lot harder to do when you're married and yoked to someone else who has all of their own things that they're working towards. It's better to start off with a strong foundation of knowing who you are and what you want so that when you do get married, then you can be aligned and going the same direction. So use this time to pay off debt, get some savings going, buy a house if that's what you want to do, travel, work on your degree, whatever it is that's going to make you the best version of yourself. Work on those things now, don't wait. And I would especially encourage you to work on your emotional health during this time and work through anything from your past, anything that's weighing you down and keeping you from being that best version. Number 4 is she does not settle. No matter how long you've been waiting, maybe you haven't been asked out on a date, no one's asked for your phone number in a really long time, and that can be really hard. I get it. I have been there. I went a whole 2 years without even being asked on a date at one point, and it gets lonely. I completely understand that. But a woman who is desiring marriage, and especially a God-honoring marriage, is not going to settle for someone who does not meet her standards just because they are showing interest in her. It can be really tempting when you've been waiting a long time and someone comes along who has even a sliver of husband potential to think, oh, well, you know, let me just give this a chance. But if you know right from the start that they are not the type of person you should be dating, then it's not even worth it. So keep those standards up, keep working on yourself. Don't let the loneliness or the impatience allow you to lower those standards for someone who you know isn't God's best for you. Number 5 is she knows what she wants, but she also leaves room for God to come in and guide her. So I've talked a lot about on my channel how important it is to have standards and to have non-negotiables and to know what you want and what you're looking for. But I also think it's important to leave room for the Holy Spirit to guide you and maybe show someone to you who doesn't necessarily fit into the type that you have for yourself. I would just caution you of being so specific and so set on a certain type that you don't allow God to reveal someone to you who you may not have really noticed before. Of course, this is still going to be someone who meets your standards, who doesn't break any of your non-negotiables, all of those sorts of things, but they may not necessarily be the exact person that you would have seen for yourself, or that you would have necessarily noticed had you not allowed room for the Holy Spirit to lead you. Number 6 is she does not allow herself to be strung along in a friendlationship. So if you don't know what a friendlationship is, it's kind of like a pseudo relationship where a guy and a girl are spending all of their time together. They are acting like they're dating, but there's no label on it. There's no defined relationship. And this can be really dangerous because you're giving your precious time, your energy, your emotions, maybe even your body to someone who has not even taken you on a proper date. And next thing you know, you're spending all of your time with this person, and that's closing you off to being able to meet the right person because you're spending all your time caught up in this relationship that's actually not leading anywhere. And not only will that keep you from being found by the right person, but it can cause you to really get hurt emotionally, and then that's something else that you're going to need to heal from. So make sure that you are not allowing that to happen, that you are requiring clear intentions right from the start, and that you're clear with your intentions as well. Number 7 is that she doesn't get caught up and distracted with what everyone else is doing, whatever everyone else's relationship looks like. It can be really hard when you see, you know, engagement after engagement, or wedding after wedding, or more and more people getting coupled up. I totally get that, but there's always going to be engagements, there are always going to be marriages, there are always going to be people getting into relationships. That is just part of life. And when you get married and desire children, then it's going to be, you know, everyone else is having babies. It's so easy to get caught up in always feeling behind, and then it causes this inner turmoil and this anxiety in you that causes you to want to rush instead of just waiting on God and waiting on His timing. Remember that God has a unique story for you, and it's not going to look like anyone else's story, and you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So before you start coveting someone else's story or their relationship, remember that they're not putting everything out there for you to see. Everyone has their struggles and everyone has things they go through, and you don't always know the whole story. So instead of getting caught up and distracted with what's going on with everyone else, wait patiently on God. He has a story for you, and He can turn your relationship goals into your relationship reality. Number 8 is that she does not do the chasing. She expects to be pursued. Men want to pursue you. They are hunters. They like the chase, so let them do the hunting. It takes away the thrill when you are the one doing all of the work, when you're the one pursuing him and asking him out and planning all the dates. Let him pursue you. Not only will you be confused and wondering what his true intentions are if you're always the one in pursuit, but it's going to take the thrill out of it for him. And no matter how good of a catch you are, most men are going to lose interest if you're doing all of the pursuing. And remember that the guy God has for you is going to pursue you with purpose and with passion. So don't allow yourself to be tempted to do all of the pursuit. Relax and let him pursue you. Number 9 is that she has accountability, whether it's friends, family, other church members, some people who are willing to tell you like it is. And when they see you being strung along, or when they see something that seems off, they're not afraid to tell you, hey, you might want to move along and let that guy go. It's really important to have this accountability and those people to speak honestly and truthfully with love into your life and into those relationships, because when you're in it, it can be easy to get blinded and not see all of those red flags or see all of those signs because you want to work so badly, especially if you've been waiting a long time. So I would definitely encourage you now to try and build those kinds of relationships. If you have a close friend or family member that you feel comfortable allowing to speak into those relationships, then definitely be open with them and let them know that that's something that you desire, and that's really going to help you in the long run to not get caught up in the wrong relationships. for me, when I was dating my husband, I actually had to meet my family really early on because I wanted them to be able to speak in and let me know what they saw. Let me know if they felt like this was someone who had true intentions, because I had had a history of dating the wrong types of people and dating people who didn't really care about me. And I knew of everyone, my family was going to be able to tell who had true intentions and who was really pursuing me with integrity. And number 10 is possibly one of the most important ones on the list as well, and that's that she knows her worth, that she is priceless, she is worthy, and she is one of a kind, and that she is going to bring value to someone else. She's not just looking for someone to bring her value, but she knows that she will bring value and that she is an answered prayer out for someone else out there who is looking for her. So that's it for today's video. If you have anything that you would add to the list, definitely leave it in the comments. I would love to hear it, and for us to encourage each other and just keep this conversation going. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.